Hello everyone. I hope you're all safe and healthy. Ano kipan pa zing uhitin? Ama sa pen kilhan na ni uhitin na. Musetim ka Pathen. Nikho taohen ni pisin namin katangbain nung sinani tinani mo sa azalin namin katangbain na hin. Natu musim din kahitawin nung sit nga pa kung kilahawin phatthei na ni piwin lan ipi dunya ipi ne het sa no mo ipi ne kihil sa no mo ti ke phatthei na ding oben pa kalong tim ko ni wan pi ding katawin na hi is avoid the distraction dang ho ko na song ni ve ding katawin na hi ting ting chu isuming ni ni amen. Dunya itusi mo he's 4 days late, but he's still on time akitiin na. And I'm sure you know by the title that it's about Lazarus na. How Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead na. Atusim hi John chapter 11 verses 1 to 44 ahiin time constraint na zonga umzein. Atusim hi tom nam pangakong saydi ahin na ken kain explain ting le key verses cho kang sim na tho ding ahin nang hon aso simplung ke hi the whole story hi nomin all in anasimovin lang no ken atom nang pa kong say di ahin Lazarus kiti pasal khara umin amai Bethany khwa cheng mi ahin na aso piteni Mary le Martha to cheng ahiwin Lazarus hi na sa tain ang dammo in Adam mo na thu hi pagay su ko maasun ta pha na hin pagay su hi ano ke pando jing pon na chi jing pon na amahin this sickness is not unto death but for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it anadiin so at jing pon na azun nini ana umbe in na Bethany ang lun pha na hin Lazarus hi nili lang thi anahitain and Mary le Martha le ana kilon pi ho alhasit danu no mo sa danu aka danu ja vele bagay so jong no mo sa mama in na and he was very sad and troubled by it and kapzong ana kapin na ibizi inamti le Lazarus le Mary le Martha hi analung sit mama ana ko sa mama khat ahin na and he loved them very dearly alhana aki buina sa achievin atile Jesus asked them for the stone to be rolled away and Lazarus ako do masangahin pa kay suhin van lang adain and he prayed to God saying, Father, I thank you that you have heard me, and I know that you always hear me, but because of the people who are standing by, I say this that they may believe that you have sent me. Na. Jesus and Lazarus akodo in Lazarus come forth at the inn, and Lazarus came out, and Jesus asked them to unwrap him and let him go. Na. Dito atusim atong lampang ahin na. Ito susim ako na hin point ni imutayuwin na. Amasa pena verse 33 at the velahin. It says, when Jesus saw Mary weeping and the Jews who came with her weeping, he groaned in spirit and was troubled at the end. Hiche ako na imutayu to ipihamti ile. We serve a God who cares na. He really loves us and he cares about us. Ito gim na ilasam na ikana hozo se so okay na muso okay na. He loves us so much so that he made an elaborate plan for our salvation na. He came down on the earth as a man. He bore all our sufferings on the cross and he conquered death. Na. And it did not just end in death. He also rose up again on the third day, thus giving us hope that we too will rise up again one day just like he did. Na. And after he ascended into heaven, He also left us the Holy Spirit for our companion and our helper na. So you see, Hiche ama grand plan ako na hi ilung setan no akimuthein na, because he never intended for us to be alone. Na his intention was never to leave us alone and face all our sufferings and our problems all on our own, because that would be too much for us na. So hita ko na ilung setan no cha akimuthein alopi dan cha akimuthein na. Ito first point hitahin lang. Second point ahin. Pathen lunggel le mihing lunggel akibang poy. Di imodi ahin. Iti verse hiti point het him na dingahin. Babazang ni kahin sim nomen. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. To 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 25. For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than human strength. So a first verse ako na sa imut here pihamtile, Pathen lunggel le mihing lunggel akibang poy na, and that his ways are higher than our ways. And a second verse a first verse a complement lein na. Pathen lunggel le mihing lunggel akibalo sa ato Pathen mihing tilbo le Pathen tilbo ang kibang loading ahin na. So Pathen in na ahin to ting lehin abang kum le mihing hoding ahi het helo ta lamdang ta kidang ta, and sometimes even foolish to human eyes and human mind na. Ji avet sa in tun tusim to te ka leuhen. Pagay so Bethany ahong Pathen Mary le Martha sun ipisem. Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died at the inn na. So le apitan pite honsong. This man healed a blind man. Couldn't he have kept Lazarus from dying at the inn? And that is how humans would think na. Ahiba nga dun. Apagay so dun ipigialam. Apagay so, and you can definitely understand their confusion and wonder why he would delay 4 days late when he knew he was going to die na. At ito a news pagay so kama alun pa na hin. Tinay lawahin na Lazarus hi anahing nalayahin. Ahiba nga he still chose to delay, and his delay had a very specific purpose. Verse 4 and 42 at akimuin na. He delayed because he knew this incident would bring glory to God through the Son of Man, and that was Jesus himself na. And that is exactly why he delayed going to Bethany na. And jako na si imut mihing lunggel le Pathen lunggel akibalo dan na. To an example na veleuhen pagay so hinhun tusema ko na zang Jesus, he is the King, he is the Messiah, and he is the Savior. And he was born in a manger na, very lowly, very humble. And what the Jews expected their king to be born was that he would come in pomp and full glory and style and full honor na. But that was not how Jesus chose to introduce himself to the world. Just ang pindan ahitan na. At hidan ang vekit leuhen. Pagkaya sa tulopit at hizong hikit depon, he did not die an honorable death. He was executed as a criminal. And to be very honest, it's not a very good image for a person who claims to be the King, the Messiah, and the Savior to be born and die like this na. And but that was how God planned it all along na. To situations ho ahitan na. Tuhin Pathen lunggel le mihing lunggel akibalo dan hi Pathen milhen ho ami man cha ko na jong akimuthein na. A few examples. Moses in Pathen ko ma, Lord, I'm slow of speech and slow of tongue at the inn. Ahiva nga Pathen sun ipisem If you look at Exodus 4, it says, God replies, "Now therefore go, and I will be your mouth and teach you what you shall say at the end." And funnily enough, Moses still refused that, and God was angry, but God still decided to use him. And Aaron was chosen, his brother was chosen to be the one who would speak publicly. God still used him immensely, even though he was slow of speech and tongue. And take Gideon, for example. Gideon, he ainsung mi apungsunga ahalo penahin na, and that's why he was insecure. Insecure si ato Pathenin aman nom azong to Pathenin aman ding azong akigintatlo aman theding azong akigintatlo ahin na. And that is exactly why he tested God twice. But he obeyed God, and God used him mightily. And if you look at Hebrews 11, he is listed among the many heroes of faith. Hebrews 11 also. And David, David, he is a mere shepherd. Pathen Samuel komahin. God told Samuel to not look at the appearance and physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as a man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the hearts. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. He was a mere shepherd, and Samuel in lengdinga avet masat na au mazong to David to anazaulo ahina. But God used him, and he went on to become one of the mighty kings. And take Prophet Zacharias, for example. Amahi lekhatim ahipon lekhalunglut zong ahipon ahivanga. When he decided to end his life on his hospital bed, he prayed to God saying, "Lord, if you claim to be who you are, take control of my life, and I will leave no stone unturned in the pursuit of truth." At the end, example they all had their own weaknesses, but God's strength was amplified in their weakness. Because they all did one thing in common, and that was they surrendered unto Him and obeyed Him. So mihingho dingahi at sing pen na hilo may the, at him pen na hilo may the, ahat pen zong na hilo may the, at sapang pen zong na hi may the na. Ay vanga so kilung neo sa law ni hi asi so Pathen ho na ikipi pa pole Pathenin man mo koy maanay poy na. Ti amo to si mako na hinimo do uwin. Tuhin first point and second point kahin connect nomen na. Pathenin ay lungsit mama o egel ko mama o ti ihewin na. He is not blind to our suffering. He hears our cries, and He knows our brokenness and all of that na. And when we talk to God about it, how God chooses to show us His love, or how He chooses to resolve our problems, is entirely up to Him. And how He does that might look silly and weird to us, but in that moment it becomes our challenge and our job to accept however God chooses to show it to us. And all that we can really do is be humble through surrender, trust and patience. So nabon tawa to encourage nom to piamtile, and including myself, when we choose to follow God, we have to give Him a total surrender to ihatawin na. But you have to know that when we do that, and when we obey Him, there might come a time when you are going to look foolish and stupid and silly to other people because you follow Jesus. And because you obey Him, you might look very silly to other people. And in that moment, I encourage you to stand strong in your faith in Him. It's not going to be easy. And when you find it really hard, I ask you to pray to God and to give you that strength to stand brave in that moment. As we know for a fact that it is better to look foolish for God than to look wiser to men. And when you do that, you're going to look very, very different to other people. And when you look different for God, you fulfill what is written in Romans 12 to the very first line, where it says, do not conform to the patterns of this world. So you see, we're called to be different. If you follow Jesus, you're immediately going to be different. And I want to encourage each and every one of you to dare to be different for God. So, in lesson na we revise ulitin 3 main points. Ama sa pena, always know that Jesus loves you, He cares for you, and He knows all your struggles and your pain. Now, a second point, I might not always know what God is doing in my life, but I will choose to trust Him. Number 3, dare to be different for God. Tuni klasan so ahitain kakipae tao na namang ite kakipae hepa katao na ne san pi zalin class dam seren kachai thein min kathang vai nahi hepa tuni kakihil da o hepa kakihil da na hepa nang ma nung se na kel do zinga kahin khowa pi asat na to zong liang hepa be still and know that I am God na tiin hepa nang ma nahi na akakisunova help us put all our strength, all our confidence and trust in you, and whatever we might face hepa nang ma to face hom dinga kakipil ha thina dingun nang complete trust kapit hina dingovin kataw inahi tuni kakihil ta oy hepa kahailawa kagial to azingova nitin kain khuman nawa kaman thena dingovin hepa kapo to thena dingovin no se ta in ni umpi dingon katawin hi unnon ta ni musa zalon min kathang va in chen chu is min kang yani amen. Bye everyone and have a good day.